Welcome back from the break, Ram fans. As I'm sure many of you already know, I'm Madeline Davis, here to fill in as Brandon as moderator for another edition of Hot or Not Pick'em. But before we get into our picks for the night, let's take a glimpse at how much the standings have shaken up since last time. So as you can see here, we got Mike after round 2 at 5-1, really killing it over here. We got me at 4-2, and then Ella, Leah, and Ruby are all sitting down there at 500. Not a bad place to be. Now, if we go to round 3, we got another addition to the board. Mr. Greg James is up there now with a pretty good record, but he is sitting at the bottom right now. But that's nothing to be worried about because it was just because he just didn't have as many picks as us. But Mike still up there at the top. It's getting close. You can see a lot of people with very close records. Anyway, we're going to hop right into our first pick of the night, which is, as always, a CSU football game. We got CSU versus Boise State. This is going to be a rough one. CSU has never beat Boise. So, personally, I don't know. I'm not feeling like it's going to happen. I think CSU does have a lot of good momentum. They've been playing better, but I'm still going to take Boise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Colorado State probably will not stand a chance in this one, but I mean, they've had some good momentum like you said, but I got to go with Boise State.
I have to disagree with you guys because I am actually a Ram, and I'm going to go with the Rams. And I think they've had some great momentum the last game. They keep getting better. And, you know, sometimes you just need that underdog advantage and that away field momentum and, like, motivation to get you that upset win. So I think they're going to do it.
I know I usually choose CSU, but I got some sense this week. I want to keep my record good. I'm going Boise State.
And now we're going to toss it over on the TV to Greg and Ella. What are you guys thinking?
Unfortunately, CSU has just not proved to me that they can take down a team like Boise, especially away out of Canvas Stadium. So I'm going to have to take Boise in this one.
And agreeing with Ella here, I'm taking Boise. I love our Rams, but they just haven't proven that they can beat a serious competitor like Boise.
Back to you, Madeline.
Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, can't argue with stats sometimes. Next up, we've got a high school battle. We've got the beloved Fossil Ridge. Our director, Brandon, is here in his JV baseball jersey from freshman year. I mean, oh, wow. So we got Fossil Ridge versus Pooter. Both have a 7-2 record. You know, I got to support Brandon on this one. I'm going Fossil Ridge.
Yeah, go Brandon, go Fossil Ridge.
Yeah, when you got two good teams, what do? You pick the team with the better mascot, and so I got to go with the SaberCats and Brandon on this one.
I don't know. I'm going Pooter on this one. I think Fossil Ridge had a bad game against Fairview. We saw their weaknesses. I think Pooter exposes them, and they get the win.
Greg and Ella?
I'm over here with the same mindset as Ruby. I think Fossil Ridge's logo is way cooler, and I'm Team Brandon on this one, so I'm going to have to go with Fossil Ridge.
And I'm going to say the Pooter Impalas escape the jaws of the SaberCats, running away with this one in a close one. So go Pooter.
Great wordplay, Greg. Madeline?
Yeah, pretty simple there. Moving on, we've got a volleyball matchup for our resident volleyball player at CTV. We've got number 1 Nebraska versus number 5 Wisconsin. Going to be a tough matchup, but I personally think that Nebraska, I think they're going to pull it out. I think they're going to stay at number 1, go Nebraska.
I agree. They've been a solid team all year, and I just think Nebraska is overall more dominant than Wisconsin, so I think Nebraska's taking this one too.
Yeah, Wisconsin and Nebraska, historically two great teams. It's going to be a great rivalry match. I think Nebraska, they've beat some really good teams. They've swept some really good teams, so I'm going to go with them. Wisconsin had a really hard preseason, and I also just think Nebraska's going to have that motivation from losing that national championship last year, and I think they're going to have a little chip on their shoulder and win this game.
Don't really have the stats for this one. I got a family out there in Wisconsin, so we're rolling with Wisconsin.
Greg and Ella?
In terms of consistency, I think Nebraska is going to come out with this game. Love Wisconsin, think they are a great team and a strong competitor, but Nebraska has just proven themselves this year, so I have to take them.
And, yeah, I have to go with that, too. Nebraska has only lost one game. That was against the Stanford team. Mm-hmm. And so I think they can win this because they just had the better record.
Absolutely. Madeline?
Okay, we're going to speed through this. Save the best for last. World Series. We got Phillies, we got Astros. I'm taking the Phillies because Bryce, in fact, did not lose and Manny did not cruise. So that's what's in. Phillies in 7.
Go Phillies in 7 because the Astros took out my beloved Yankees and I don't want to deal with that. So go Phillies.
I'm also going to say go Phillies on this one.
I'm going Astros. With a better team, better stats, Astros.
Let's throw it over to TV. Quick.
For the sake of my record and staying above 500 or at least breaking even, I'm picking the Astros in 5 as much as I don't want to.
And I'm going to have to agree. The Astros took down a very good Yankees team, and they're going to do the same to the Phillies. So Astros on this one.
Absolutely. Back to you guys.
With that, Rams, that is all we have time for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for Geeks. Make sure to tune in to Tom and Alex. Always a fun time. And we'll see you next week.